Yes, ma'am. Shivani ma'am, you're from
Ma'am, I'm from Dehradun.
Dehradun. Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Yes, anybody? Please, if you people share me something that would be more like lively, the session will be more lively. This is,
Good
I feel
evening, ma'am.
that this is, yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm from Tamil Nadu, Vellore.
Oh, Tamil Nadu. I think your climate is fine right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll just wait for 2 minutes and we'll start the session. Before we start, meanwhile, let me know anybody here from the math department? Any of the trainer here present are from the math background?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a mathematics teacher.
Oh, thank you. I got one partner then.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Before I was presently, I'm working as vice principal for St. Stephen's Grammar High School. But before
Yes,
that, I was a math department. I'm into the math department. I was a math teacher who handled for 5th and 6th classes math.
thank you so much, ma'am. It will be pleasure for mine that I will learn something from you.
Definitely, let's have things like sharing things. Maybe I might learn something more from you people also today. We'll have
Yes,
some
ma'am.
takeaways, both of sides.
Yes,
Right
ma'am.
now, I'm
Yes.
handling grade 10th math also.
Ma'am, I'm teaching 6th to 9th maths.
Middle school,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
I think so. Remaining all are non-math department, right? Anybody
Maybe,
from
ma'am. I don't.
Madhavan? Yes, ma'am. Somebody would like to talk, please unmute. No worries. No, nobody is there here. Fine. Today the session will be more interesting because more of non-math department, right, Shivani ma'am? Because we are going to
Yes,
make them comfortable. Like,
yes,
though they are
ma'am.
into
Yes,
which
ma'am.
other streams, it might useful for their kids also, right?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
everybody, we all are. Yes. Good evening, Sandhya ma'am. Whoever is like is not comfortable in their area, please, you people can use your chat box to message or chat. If you want to say something, please your chat box, no worries. Good evening, ma'am. I will teach class 5th. Oh, math, one more math. Fine, fine. Now there is
Thank.
two more faculty in this who is going to teach 5th class. You know, primary teaching math is very, very, like, we play a crucial role rather than, because all the basics are learned in the primary level, right?
Yes,
And from 6th to 8th, there are some other topics, but still, all the basic operations you people are going to train before. That's a good thing.
yes.
Sir, shall we start? Okay, sir wants to wait. Okay, whatever it is, let's start the session. Before I start the session, here who are almost 15 trainers are with me right now. Let's make this session. Before I start, I would like to say, please, I always request you people to come out with your feelings and thoughts also, because this session is not something I am going to teach you. It's all about us sharing the things, sharing your feelings, sharing your situations, or whatever it is. Might be something useful for some other people also. Pre-primary math, so sweet of you, Devakumari ma'am. Pre-primary, right. Primary session is very good. Right. Thank you. So I want everybody to use your chat box. I don't force you people to unmute and talk if you are not in a comfortable zone. That's okay. But let's make that you are available here and use your chat box throughout the session wherever needed. That will be more happy for me. Thank you. So let's start our session with the today's session is all about overcoming the math anxiety. You know, Nowadays, not only like when we were in the teaching fear, like students, everybody says math, ammo, no, that's a big session where I don't want to enter also because and most of the students have the fear. They don't like the subject also. I don't know what's the back end went wrong before, but nowadays it is becoming more and more. So this session might useful for you and for us, where even we can train our students, fellow students, or for us also, it will be useful. So today's our session is all about overcoming the math anxiety. Here there's a picture where you can see that student, a boy with full of tension. Can you observe that? Because he is having that math anxiety. He don't want anything. Like the math means only, no, I don't like that subject, I don't want. But unfortunately, that is only the subject you can score completely, like full marks, right? Any languages, we don't have any right to keep full marks in our languages. But in math, you can score full out of out, right? Yes. So in this webinar, we would like to discuss certain things. What all that here we can see here, like what is exactly math anxiety? What are the myths we have about our math? What are the causes for this math anxiety? Then how to develop the confidence? What are the techniques? What are the strategies? Then what are the techniques to be followed during our exam session when we write up the exam, and how to come? So all these we are going to take up now presently in this webinar. Hope I'm clear what all we are going to discuss furtherly. Now let's have a self-test. Everybody, you people can take a small paper and just give a rating, like 1 to 5. If you think that for the questions, I keep reading out some certain questions. If you have to give rating for that, okay? If you think for that question, you give marks like 3, 4, 5, please give it. At the end of the session, I will tell you exactly. Let's move. Fine. Your even thumbs up matters for me so that I can move further. Right. Thank you, ma'am. My first question. Please take a small paper and keep your score at the end. After these 10 questions, you need to add all your score and keep aside. We'll not immediately discuss, but at the end of the session, I will discuss with your scores. But now just keep a note or else keep in your chat box. Nothing wrong. My first question, I cringe when I have to go to math class. Your first question, I cringe when I go to math class. How are you going to give rating? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Please use a small paper or somewhere you make a note so that it will be easy for you and for me to discuss at the end. Good evening, Lakshmi ma'am. Good evening. Ma'am, we are just going, we are having a self-test right now. Please take a small paper, make a point how much rating you are going to give for the questions which I'm asking you. Your first question is, I cringe when I have to go to math class. Done? Yes. My second question, I am uneasy about going to the board in the math class. I am uneasy about going to the board in the math class. Yes, ma'am. Third question. Hope everybody is listening to the questions. Thank you. So sweet of you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Third question. I am afraid to ask questions in the math class. So you are not, you don't belong to the math department. Just think that in the perspective of a student, like when you were childhood, might be that also you can know how to what level your anxiety is there, or your kids, anything workouts. My third question, I am afraid of asking the questions in the math class. Shall we move? You are done with the 3 questions? Yes. My fourth question. I'm always worried about being called on in math class. Definitely we have crossed this session. If ma'am might ask me, ma'am might observe me, better I should hide that. We used to maintain that scenario when we were in the schooling. So I'm always worried about calling me in my math class. That is your fourth question. Fifth question. I understand math now, but I worry that it's going to get really difficult very soon. You are understanding the math now, but you are worrying that it is going to become more complicated as you move on. That is your fifth question. Everybody's done with the 5 questions? Somebody messaged. Good evening. Yes, done. Right. Okay, 5 questions are done. Yes, thank you, Shivani ma'am. Sixth question. I tend to zone out in my class. Sixth question. I tend to zone out in my math class. Give your rating accordingly. Please be honest. Nothing wrong if you get you have scored more or nothing to do. This is all about how to find out that what level you people are having and how it is the upcoming session of your how to overcome, how to build up your conference work. Oh, Jayshree ma'am, very sweet. All the 10 questions are done. Seventh question. I fear math test more than any other kind. Other than all subjects, I worry always fear of math test. Eighth question. I don't know how to study for the math test. I don't know how to study for the math test. Your ninth question. It's clear to me in the math class, but when I go home, it's like I was never there. Yes, we always, no, students have a good habit, right? Whatever we ask, they simply nod their head. Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. At the end, when we keep questioning them, they keep a blank face. It's quite normal in all the classes, right? The same thing here. It's clear to me in the math class, but when I go home, it's like I was never there. That is your ninth question. And the last question is, I am afraid I won't be able to keep up with the rest of the class. You know how this fool is? Like, I'm afraid. Always this feelings only makes us down all the time. How we are. Your happiness always based on your thoughts, your positive thoughts actually. I'm afraid I won't be able to keep up with the rest of the school class. I hope everybody is done with the test process. Can I have a thumbs up? Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you people are done with the questions. So keep your score. Don't reveal now. We'll have at the end of the session. Fine. Thank you. Hope every finished. I'm moving to the. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Let's move to the next session. We are done with the test, right? According to the neuroscience behind learning and anxiety, anxiety reduces your working memory capacity. Overexciting. We say, no, when we sometimes our peer fellow group also, we say, why you're overexcited? Why you show so much of anxiety? These such dialogues we do use in our peer relations, right? In the same way, anxiety reduces your memory capacity. It is not just a myth, it's a neuroscience, according to scientific reason. And the stress responses your hinder logical reasoning. If you feel tensed or over anxiety, things will not go in a proper way. It's common, we know that. But still we feel like, what happens? How? Then how? Generally teachers, when we get a multitasking, like last moment works, they get tensed. There is last only 1 hour time. Sir is saying to submit this, that, blah, blah, blah. That is all in your hand. How you people are planning that, right? You keep pending your works. At the end, that pressure will be definitely on you. So that is also. So anxiety reduces your memory, working memory capacity. Let's move to our next one. Yes. Now, what is exactly a math anxiety? Now, I said it's not general anxiety. I said only math anxiety. So what is the definition? Let's check once. Here the picture clearly shows a lady is completely worried. Like she was like, what we can say, fed up or stressed, depressed because of this math. That picture resembles in the same way. It is an emotional reaction to the mathematics based on the past unpleasant experience which harms the future learning. Are you getting my point? See, that is an emotional reaction. Yes, something went wrong. Maybe last class, the student might done some mistakes in his classwork or something. If you carry forward, not only this math, ma'am, if we take something went like suddenly a small accident happened when we were traveling. Nothing wrong, sorry, just for an example, for assumption. Yesterday, when we were coming from the school, a bike hit me. I just fell down. If I keep that unpleasant experience, I have to move by my vehicle only. If I think that again, if I keep moving tomorrow, will somebody comes and hit me again? If I keep that mindset in my mind, I cannot go through, right? I cannot pass on also because I have to travel. I have to go to school 1 hour other day. Maybe 1 week you take leave because of that feeling. In the same way for the math anxiety also, that something went wrong and you people are carrying that emotion continuously and having that fear of next level, what happens? That will definitely harm the child's learning levels. They have to come out of that feeling, else throughout year, no, he cannot work out. It will not work out for him. Hope I'm clear so far. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We are done with math anxiety. Let's move to the next step. Then how it looks. We people simply saying math anxiety. We definitely find out, right? A student who is weak in your subject. It can be any subject. It's not only math. Other subjects also it work out. Because the child is poor. To what level also only a teacher can analyze it properly. To what level he is working. So how to know that? See here. Performance problems. When we ask them to conduct some test on the board, for example, a board test, the child will not get scored. Like he may not able to do, though he was always nodding his head. Yes, understood, ma? Yes, 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 yes. But when we test them through their any assignments, assessments, and what we say, a revision test or board test, there we can know through his performance problems. He receives a low score on his exam, but he's doing well in other subjects. We cannot tell he's poor, he is a weak student, but in your subject only he is weak. He is very good. Because of that fear, he is not able to do it properly. That a teacher should understand it. Avoidance, skipping the classes also, not reading one's math textbook, studying the math only right before an assignment, just prior to an exam. See, there are few students, they say, no, loud is that, one day batching. 1 day is enough, ma'am, to read. But for other subjects, it might work out. For math, it will not at all work out. What, Shivani, ma'am? What do you say? Right, no?
Yes,
For
ma'am.
our subject,
Maths need practice, na? Maths need practice.
it is only, they cannot even read. It is only through the practice. What I
Yes,
want
ma'am.
to say. Yes.
It will be all on a daily basis.
Yes, we have to practice. It will only come while doing practice every day. Every day practice is needed for a math. So
Yes, ma'am.
it's like math anxiety is just look like his performance problem, his avoidance. Then there are some myths. Let's see what is that about our math. There is a myth that practice and also to love to the subjects. See, love to the subject means that is the second step. I will talk to that also after this, because as you took that word love to the subject, when you think that a student can love the subject, if a teacher is teaching in a proper way, in an innovative method where it is reaching to the student, then definitely the student will love the subject. Yes,
Ma'am,
I strongly
I
agree with it.
I have a
Would you
question.
like- Yes, ma'am.
Many students or many, I think teachers, many said that only men can teach better math. Why? Why it is a myth or it is real? I don't
See,
think
I'm
so.
coming to that point. That is, see, now if you see the slide over there, the first myth is that only men are better at math than women. That's a myth. No, I
Yes.
strongly oppose. Somebody, sir,
Yeah.
Ravikant, sir.
So if you could stop the screen sharing for just a minute, ma'am, I would like to add a point here. Ma'am,
Sure,
it is
sure.
not only one myth that we have got in education. Like just now we
Yes.
have mentioned, like there is a myth called men are better at teaching math rather than women. There are
Yes, sir.
several myths like that. Only women can teach in pre-primary wings. I am a principal, but still I teach in pre-primary and primary wings, and I am a successful teacher in those wings.
Yes,
Isn't it?
sir.
So there are many such myths in education sector and which have been created by people. In that case, earlier, all the headmasters and all the principals were men long, long ago. But with changing times, I believe we need to change and our thought process also should change. Unfortunately, though, as per the national policy of standardization for teachers, there is a saying that is called as teacher is the center of reformations that happen in education. But we ourselves, we still stick on to these myths. But however, math is a skill. Let me tell you without any hesitation on record, I am very bad at math. Even today, if I have to count, I have to really count. And my mother scolds me stating that you are a school principal and you are counting on your fingers.
Yes,
It's
sir. Yes,
not
sir.
like that. Math is a skill. Then what is the fun of speaking about multiple intelligence? Mathematical, logical intelligence, not everyone has. It's less than few people. And those few people can be men, women, or whoever it is. It's not just only men can teach better math. I have seen
Most-
worst math classes
we-
taken by men. I shouldn't say as a principal.
Yes, sir.
Women, my friend Kala, she teaches very good math. That is her success
Yes.
secret also. I've seen Kala taking math. At the same time, people working in high school along with her, I've seen them, they are not teaching very good. That's how it is. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you for this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Sorry to
you for
barge
your
in.
add-on. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. And unfortunately, and nowadays, we should feel happy that in most of the schools, the recruitments are done for the women itself. It's not, they're not taking much preference, taking for the male staff, though they are good at in their experience are teaching, Nowadays,
sir.
the management is also feeling that like women are having more patience. Like we have to accept, like compared to them, we might have some more patience. So in that way, the management is thinking, and nowadays most of the schools are trying to have only women oriented. Like most of them, the faculty of ladies only, right? I don't know how
Yes.
far in your area or in your states, but here in our now present, we stay at Hyderabad in Uppal. Most of the schools, they give preference to ladies.
Yes,
And we
ma'am.
are
Yes.
right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, sir, for adding some more points. And thank you for your feedback and understanding of this. First
Yes.
myth.
Yeah.
Chalo. And like we are done with the first, like men are better. It's not men or women. It is how far better we people are teaching. And olden days, as ladies didn't come out, and then might be reason that they took a step ahead. Now we are not less in anything, right? Chalo. Now the second one, there is the best are correct, complete math problems. Yes, we always say you are writing correct sum are the best one. Like what we can say, one question to the trainers here. See, in your subjects, because you people, there are few teachers here who are not your math departments. So they can respond now, please, other than Shivani ma'am and one more ma'am. like your answer. See, when you people are doing your paper correction or something test, your assignments, you people check your content, whether the fellow is writing the main content properly or right? But is it so? Like you will be checking the main keywords. Like in your subject, you people check your keywords, right? In your correction of paper, whether your keywords are there or not in the question. When he likes the concepts, yes. Somebody from other than math can respond. My question is, when you people are doing correction, how do you do your correction? How are you going to check? For math, anyhow, they have to practice their formulas and do. But for you, a keyword is enough for you, right? If that keywords are there, they can do. Here, they have to, in our math, they have to go through the formula and do it in a stepwise. Though their answers are wrong, though their final result is wrong, if they are doing in a process, like their steps are proper, we do give marks. Right, Shivani ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, correct, ma'am.
So our final answer is wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
We
But we have to give them. Yes, ma'am.
that only. Yes. Now the last one is you have to have a mathematical mind. They think, no, if this fellow don't know, simply they say he don't have that mathematical mind only. Is that we have a separate mind, social mind, science mind, math mind inside? No.
No, it's not that, ma'am. It's not
See,
that.
but generally they people say, and still there are few who says that because this their parent don't know math, this fellow don't know. It is like genes, heredity, even for the subjects also.
No,
Oh my
ma'am,
God.
it's like that. It's even actually I'm sharing something. Even my mother is not good in maths. My father is not good in maths. My sister is also not good in maths. But I have to choose. मतलब मैंने चूज किया है मैम कि मुझे मैथ्स करनी है क्योंकि मेरा फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट पहले से ही मैथ्स ही था.
Oh, so sweet. So sweet. That is what you have changed now their mindsets, right?
Really.
That's a myth. Yes, that's only myth. Let's move to the question. Next one. Okay, what are the causes for the math anxiety? As we learned here, your negative past experience. Now, as I took an experience of my journey, like once I met an accident, it's not that I have to stop my traveling only, right? Things has to move on. We have to check what is what. So if you people keep that negative which went wrong, it's wrong. Like you have done some mistake yesterday, fine. Forget that. What you have done, we have to check that and move on. But there are few students or fellow mates who always have that negative feeling still carrying throughout the continuingly their days. So that might be one reason for your math anxiety. Pressure to perform. Pressure. Yes, students are feeling nowadays so much of pressure, seeing those problems or not. Might be the teacher also, as now Ravikant sir has told, might be the teacher might created that feeling to the students, no? Giving more of homework, explaining in only in a one way and asking them to do continuously. They understood in what exactly you people are want to tell. That frequent checkings might not done in a proper way. Might be these all reasons. When we say after chapter completion, we ask any doubts, the student will not able to say because he feels some shame when we ask. No, nowadays even students are feeling that also. If I ask any doubt, my fellow may make some fun of me. Hey, you are not understanding such some. So even they're not coming out. It is a teacher, as a teacher, we should know, we should understand which student is able to tell, which student is lagging. That is, as a teacher, it's our responsibility. When you people are coming out of the classroom, how much concept you people are teaching, whether it is a 2 sums or 3 sums, is it clearly reached all the 30 students of your class? That is your duty.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
please check that. And next, And the last one is lack of confidence. Yes, nowadays students are completely losing their confidence levels. I don't know why. Because teachers might be harsh when they don't do. That also makes their confidence level down. I don't know how many teachers or staff are using these words. Something went wrong. You never, what is that? You will never get good marks in your life. No, I heard when I was teaching in my old school, I used to hear such things. You will never get, see that you will never get itself. You people are making him think that you are not confident enough. So his confidence levels, you automatically, you are the reason for making them down. Indirectly and directly, you are making that student's confidence level down. So because of lack of that confidence level also, he might have that math anxiety. Let's go to the next session. How it is going to impact on the learning? Definitely it is going to impact. When he is not at all having proper confidence, how he can move on? He's not at all showing interest because you people didn't create that interest in his. I don't know how many teachers here use 2 to 3 methods for any one topic. Please, I feel happy also if you people are doing. How many members use only one pedagogy for your concept? And how many members use 2 to 3 methods? Please use your chat box. Let me know. It's all of sharing. You know, I strongly say I never use only one method. So I definitely use 2 to 3 methods for every concept. And I see that I don't rush for the management. I never ever rushed for the management because I always anti to them, because it's not anti means like completion of syllabus within this 2 to 3 methods. Yes, thank you, Shivani ma'am. I'm really happy for you. The others also, I wish most of them are using, it's not sticking to only one method, because we are not those teachers where last year, like when we were small, it was only a lecture method. They used to tell, because we don't have any knowledge. Whatever teacher says, yes, that is only correct for us. We used to listen, we used to write, learn. Now, this scenario is completely different. You need not tell them anything. Everything media is going to tell. 2 methods. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your responses. Yes. Yeah. It is like more than one method. It might, see, if they are understanding one method, I'm very happy. But I don't think a class of 30 to 35 students understands of only, because as we now talk of all the things of multiple intelligence, a student of 8 multiple intelligence, the student might be good in art, the student might understand through music, student might understand with some method. Like we have so many methodologies. It's all about you to what level. Now, one of the teachers said she is teaching primary level. So primary level is different against, honestly, mostly one method. Thank you, ma'am. Saravan sir, Kumar sir. Sir, thank you for your honesty. And why we are discussing means, see, one method, it's happy that might be 70% might understand, but the remaining 30 also, because we are not fixed to only half of the students should learn of our teaching. Our goal is to complete the class. When we are going out, all the 30 students understand. Might be not one class, but in 2 class or in 1 week. In 1 week also, if you're not using all methods, definitely something we have to think now, sir. And because now how the situation is like, students have everything data, you need not teach them. We encourage them. Yes. No, for other subjects, they are good enough. They are so lucky. You can ask them to divide your class into groups and ask them to learn this para. Now you will be teaching that, like thinking of that character. That will work out for languages very easily. For our math, unfortunately, we have to teach that formula clearly, that concepts, that theorems, until and unless they understand that, they cannot move on further. So that might be a different, but now media, everything is there. YouTube, if you search, they clearly explains better than you teachers into the class. Before then only he can prepare. But it is you, how you're going to make it innovatively. The more things, it can be your story method, brainstorming, something out of the box. The student is using their brain. It's not one way. So please, thank you. Anyhow, try to use at least two methods or 3 methods according to their level. Like when you people write your lesson plans, I don't know how far in your school it's working out. You people write, most of them writing lesson plans, right? In that now we are mentioning Like what is the pedagogy you are using and what level of multiple intelligence students are there. As a teacher, you should know in 30 students, how many members are kinesthetic, how many members are like all these levels you should understand. So definitely it is going to impact, see, affects working memory, leads to avoidance, reduces your academic performance. Definitely, because he did not understand the concept, he will not at all score. You people are not getting one-to-one time also. I understand because of our schedule and everything. Sometimes we might not get into the individual student, but when you will get to know when you are conducting some tests. So why don't you use your everyday period first 5 minutes for something test like oral test or asking some objective or conducting a small sum onto the board that creates some alertness to your students, or asking some formulae randomly in between which you already completed, like brushing up. Then the student will always feel, okay, this is what, then they will recollect something. They're not forgetting now, they will recollect. Else you can ask your students only stand up and ask one question to the other fellow who is into the opposite. Like one girl can ask boy, make up the students into the groups and make them study, ma'am. Yes, it is all your own strategies. How better you are implementing in your class, because you know to which level your students are there, in which method if you follow, they'll understand. Right. Chalo, let's move fastly to the next one. Then what are the strategies? Set positive reinforcement, mindfulness, relaxation, real world connections. Yes, ma'am, there are many multiple intelligence. Now, as a teacher, you should know your student belongs to which. Now, Shivani ma'am belongs to which like she's kinesthetic or not. Now, I should, at the end of the session, I should get to know. Then I can work correctly. Like my learning outcome will be reached properly. So there are certain strategies to overcome all these, like develop their mindset in a positively, like your positive talks. When the students do something wrong, you'd have done better in this way. Your positive talking, no, it creates their confidence levels also. They also not have any negative impact on that. But something like, yes, lab plays major role. Nowadays, all the CBSE schools are conducting this math labs, club activities. There are many things that only, ma'am. How better you see, there are, in our school, we don't have any math lab, but still students are doing wonders. It is all how we are teaching them, how much they are understanding, level of understanding. Practical strategies. Yes, ma'am, definitely. There are n number of methods. If somebody shares me something new, I'm going to learn today, which I can implement from tomorrow also. Right. Real world connections, making them some breaks in between. When you people teach, no, students, their level of understanding is not complete whole period. Please understand this. Use your time schedule in such a way that you recall something you learn, make them learn yesterday. Then you teach them properly 25 minutes of your concept where only their understanding will be perfect. Yes, case study questions. Yes. And the last 5 minutes of recalling what all you learned. Then a small, what we say, recapitulation. Then you can ask the questions from the student and exchange your questions, something. Like in that way, if you work out, definitely is good. And a positive, making them appreciations in between. Yes, when you ask them to do something, they have done wonder. Give them appreciation, shout outs. That also creates a positive reinforcement. Hope I'm clear? Yes. Now, growth mindset means teach them that you should be able to teach in such a way that they are understanding the concept properly. It is in your hands. It is only in your hands. And let them understand and what we say, celebrate the mistakes as a learning opportunity. Give them mental math questions. Yes. I would like to add something here. Every day in my regular class, when I go for the rounds or for my math 10th class, last 5 to 6 minutes, I just spend for them for asking the mental logical. I just ask them to close their eyes. It's a daily habit I do, even in my tuition. Like they close their eyes. Simply, I will say 37 into 43. They have to multiply into. It's not in one day. Like we are doing since 3 months. Now it has come into the streamline that they were able to do 3-digit and 3-digit. Like It's a process. So somehow they were understanding. No, 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 okay, they were able to do, and they felt this is something new for them. Because I recently joined in this new school, students were happy. So my other math teachers of primary level and middle school started doing the same thing. And luckily, 3 days back ago in the assembly also, we have shown that with mind they were doing the calculation, something that changed where parents were so happy. Like my son is doing math, who this fellow don't know, they're not at all interested, but there is a change that made me day. See what we as a teacher feel, no? It's a good appreciation from a parent or a management or a student who don't know that we feel so happy, right? That is happening. So you people also can try that. It will work out. And make the mistake celebration. Yes, let them ask what mistake. Let them realize instead of you people saying you don't know anything, you did this mistake, that mistake. Give them that opportunity to recognize what is that. I always follow this only. Whenever we conduct board tests, no, he did the sum. Ma'am, I'm done, I says. Then I say, cross check once again, I'll give you one more chance. Then he check. He says, ma'am, I'm done. Done. Only 2 chances. In the second check, why ma'am is stressing, then he'll understand. He again does from first, no, he will get that point. Oh, sorry, ma'am, I did wrong. Fine. He has realized. If we will say no, he will not think again. He will not use that brain and he'll stop there. So let him come out from that mistakes. Give him opportunity where he can do that. So in that way, his mindset also will be changed. Next. Wages, always praise them. Yes, you teachers, you tell me now clearly, if management early in the morning, when you people come, no, late, that late mark of your biometric, he scolds you, whole day you people down and inside what you will think to your peer, it's a regular thing. When every day I come with in time, he never recognizes. One day it was out of my traffic jam, I came late and this fellow is scolding me. He never. So in the same way, sorry, no, this happens. So in the same way, you are always pointing to the student the mistakes. You are always using your negative language only, where he will understand them. Instead of you have done better. You did wrong, instead of you have done better. This is correct. Here you have done mistake. You are done. So the way of changing your language will definitely bring some change in your students. Use always positive language. Never say, you will never get, you waste fellow, you don't know anything, waste of time, blah, 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 blah. Stop it, please. Whoever using till date, please stop it. Always using your statements. Very good. Congratulations, you have done. There is a change. Good improvement. These small things matters for the students like a lot. When whole class applaud them, no, they will be like somewhere, oh, ma'am gave me this. Tomorrow I can do more better, and they will have start interesting in that. So in that way, you can create your positive environment. Next, mindfulness and relaxation. Yes, I don't know how many teachers here take complete session, because students also, you might be 1 or 2 leisures in your class, but for a student, all the 8 periods they are packed up in the same classroom. No teacher is giving that break for him to breathe out, breathe in. I don't mean that you are not giving that chance. Here, breathe in, breathe out matters, like giving that space to relax, relaxation. How many members use break activities in between your classes? I follow that. I don't take a question. I never ever take. After 15 minutes, I'll ask. Yes, I stop the content. Suddenly I say, it based on your level of sections. I will tell in all the levels. Yes, icebreaker activity. And suddenly for small children, no, I ask, stop, pencils down, hands up, wave your hands. This, they'll come out of that zone, no? They'll feel that refreshment. For middle school also, stand up, have a brisk walk, come back, sit. Nothing wrong. I follow that. Now seeing my sense that change, even the new staff who are then, first they were saying, what is this, ma'am? Always wants to, kills the time, they said. But that killing time, it's not, we are not killing their time. We are making their mind refresh so that your concept, the next moment, whatever you're teaching, will reach their brain directly. Everybody making them sit, right. Yes, they are also, after all, children. They also have some patience. Because they are not in a mood, they just skip that asking, ma'am, washroom, ma'am, water. You understand? Yes, 5 minutes. It's not 5 minutes also. You can take skip 2 minutes, 3 minutes based on your class. Nothing wrong if you're wasting your 5 minutes or 10 minutes also. But the next moment, whatever you're explaining them, that will be crystal clear to your students of all the levels. It reaches them perfectly. So give them that break. Don't think that you are wasting your solid time. In my last session, one of the ma'am was, I don't want to name, but she was she was telling, no, ma'am, I never ever wasted my time. Complete 45 minutes, I use my time properly. Then I said, sorry, ma'am, I'm really sorry. You are thinking that you are utilizing 45 minutes, but unfortunately, 20 minutes is wasted in your 45 minutes. Whatever you are taught 20 minutes, now you sit and recollect that things. The next day also you would have told the same topic because students did not understand anything. No student, a child can only understand 25 to 30 minutes. His level of understanding in a class of period of 45 minutes will not be here. His mind will go here and there. So you teach whole period. There are few workaholic teachers, I can say, last 5 minutes, like stepping out of the classroom also, they write the sum on the board because there are 100 sums in the class. My ma'am will say again, syllabus not finished. So I will write one, remaining 4 homework. You write and rub the board. That's not correct. For your recall, what all you have done so far, and 5 minutes for your questionnaire. You have to give space to the students for sure to come out with the questions. If the child is unable to question, is not asking, means it's not your, I cannot tell that you are a good teacher. If the student is able to ask a question, then you are a good teacher because you are giving a space and he didn't really understand. That's the reason he's questioning you. So just after the session, please, you people sit in front of your mirror because that is only a reflection where it clearly gives about us. I always stands in front of a mirror, which clearly tells what is color for me. So please use that. So 2 minutes of exercise before solving anything. You can use any method of your choice based on your level of your teacher, students. For pre-primary one type, or primary or secondary or high school, anything. Next, then what are the less techniques? When the student is going to the exam, please make them understand. They should not afraid. They should go through the question paper thoroughly. These are the small techniques. If a teacher is telling them before they go to exam, they will understand. They have to least bother about in the exam when they sit, they were sitting somewhere in a hell. They feel, no, forget about your fellow mates. Check only you are sitting in a comfortable zone. Forget everything. Don't worry. Take a deep breath. Read the paper thoroughly. Students have a habit of seeing that on first question. I know, okay, I'll start writing. No, stop them. Let them be relaxed. Let them understand that they have to take a breath. Let them start slowly. What all they know, let them tick. Then ask them to start. That is also a method. Next. Place the things in the perspective. Your future happiness will not be determined by it. Remember that math test is just assessing your understanding of certain concepts, and if you possess the skills to implement them. You should make the thing clear to the student that this exam is not your final, right? It is not what we are going to fix based on these marks. I am least worried about marks. I don't know how you people are worried, but I am strongly opposing since many years this marks system. Like, I don't worry because, a student who is very, very good at doing the math sums, unfortunately, before 2 days, he had completely high fever and he couldn't write the sums. He don't have energy and he did not attempt. So out of 50, he scored only 20. Does it mean that that student is a poor student? No. Maybe some students have copied, mass copying. He got 40. But in the regular school days, whenever I was asking, he never did. So how can you people judge through that marks? It is only assessing how much concept is reached in our regular assessment. That's why CCA, continuous comprehensive assessment, is better than this final exam. So people should always conduct this every week, like fortnight or 2 weeks once. If you keep on testing them in small sums, like asking them 1 or 2 sums on the board, it will work out. Fine. Next. Here comes your session now. Like before we close, in the starting session, I asked you people to test your score. Can I have your score, please? In the chat box, if you don't mind. I request everybody to keep your scores so that I can just reveal your score here. Based on that, you can read that. We'll understand. Nothing wrong. Hope this session will make you clear and you will come out of that anxiety also. Can I have the score, please? If you don't want to show, I will not say anything. But else I'll show you so that you can have here. I will show that screen also. 24, Jayashree ma'am. You are on the fence. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Right. Okay. Who did not mention also, please, you know your score. Let me show you. If your score out of, I have given 10 questions, right? So if your score is between 40 to 50, then now you have to think because you have a math anxiety. Yes, I'm getting one more score. Shivani ma'am, 25. Yes, you're also on the fence. Okay. If your score is between 30 to 39, no doubt still you have 20. One more, ma'am. Yes, Tejasri ma'am, 10. Wow, wonderful. Clap for her. I request everybody to give silent claps. Wow, lose as a goose. You are out of that. On the fence means you are exactly on that. Like you are going to move to this. Maybe very soon you will come in here 1 and 2 points. That doesn't matter. Maybe based on that question you might mark. But I'm so happy to see your scores are all near to the up. And nobody is having like more score. I'm really happy. And then finally, just to overcome this math anxiety, a teacher or a person who is having this fear should have a quality one. What is this quality? Let's see. Quality means like quality teaching requires a positive attitude. Definitely. Bindu ma'am says 14. That's okay, ma'am. Thank you. A teacher teach for understanding. It's not for your sake you're teaching. You are teaching for your students, for your fellow students, because you are going to mold them. It is in your hand. If you are, all the 30 students are getting good marks, like they're understanding the concept clearly, you have won $1 million. That's it. I can say not more than that. So assure that your mistakes are normal. Please think in a positive way. Because that day he might not do the sum. The next day he might do something. So have a positive encouragement for the students. Share your love of math with enthusiasm. Yes, math is also every day. See, math is all, the day starts with our math. We have to be very proud. So make them understand in a simple way. Use more of your teaching aids, teaching learning materials. I don't know how many people use here TLMs for your, when you people enter your classes. But the teacher who prepares TLMs more, no, they will have very good results. They need not take much stress to explain each and every sum, because nowadays teaching made easy through these teaching learning methods or your audiovisual rooms. Make it use. We use teaching aids, ma'am. Yes, so sweet of you, ma'am. Yes, there are many methods. If you people are not used, there is an AV room. There is so much of content to show for them also. When students, when we show visually, they understand better. When we were small, nothing was there. Only monotonous lecture method, question, learn by heart. Now everything gone. Mugging up is done. We always follow experiential learning, activity method learning. So make them implement more of doing something while they are learning something. differentiate your teaching. Definitely, I strongly agree this. We have to differentiate your teaching. It's not that only one method. Never ever think that the same thing sets to all whole classroom, right? Kala might, I love teaching dancing and singing. So if you show me some pictures and then only Kala will understand better. Somebody likes to do hands-on experiment. Might be Shivani ma'am likes only hands-on experiment. So for that, such students, you have to give some activity-based learning. Make them do this model that then they'll understand easily. So it is you who has to segregate all these when you people are coming into the classroom to full-fledgedly, you should understand this. Last one, like yearn for student success. Yes, we all are working for a student success, overall development. It's not that only one subject I say, like it's not only math. All the core subjects all the subjects are important for a student life. But if a student is going into the engineering field, their main core subject will be math. That's the reason I has taken this topic today, because might be here English department, social department, everybody's there, but their kids might have this math fear. So this might use them, or your peer, your fellow classmate, your fellow teacher might be math teacher. These points you people can share them, which might be bring a small change in the students. If any one teacher is bringing a change, that will be more than happy for me. This webinar will be like some outcome is there for my session. Like, and here comes, yes. Thank you, one and all my trainers who took a lot of time for me to spend for this webinar, and your continuous chat box, you messaging it, both sides, all of you, Jayashree ma'am, Shivani ma'am, Lakshmi, whoever joined here, for everybody, I'm saying from bottom of my heart, for such a wonderful team here who joined all my session. Thank you, thank you, Kavita ma'am. So sweet of you. Thank you so much. And anybody can unmute and please talk. And before we wind up this, anybody, you people can, and the sessions are either GPay or PhonePe to him. And thank you. Thank you. Anybody would like to speak? I'll be more happy.
Yes, ma'am.
Before that, Kala ma'am, I believe you need to stop screen share. And dear participants, your queries would really be appreciated so that the resource person also can clarify your queries. Yes.
Yes, sir. Suman Sharma this side. Happy good evening. The session was really wonderful, no doubt about it. And I would really like to thank ma'am. Session तो बहुत अच्छा था. Side by side, her voice, she has a very motivating voice. Whatever she was speaking, it was coming directly to heart as well as mind. Good job done, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure, ma'am.
And anyone else? Yes, Shivani ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the session. Your voice is really inspiring us, and I learned many things from you, and I will definitely use it in my class also.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That small change, it's not only using you. If it's your turn now, you can train a number of staff in your school also. Small things,
Yes.
something which see, we all are working for our students' overall development.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Love you all. Have a great day. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, Kala ma'am.